have officially started our trek. Today's supposed to be I believe like a 4 to 5 hour day. I think it's about 10 kilometers. The altitude is a tiny bit rough up here at the top of the canyon. As we descend into it, it should get a lot easier on the lungs and the breath. We've made it to a cross in the road, and I believe we go that way. Alrighty, hat. Show you guys what I'm gonna be wearing today on day one. This is a random hat that I found at Marshall's. Just got a regular buff to help protect me from the sun. My shirt is from Merino Tech. It's 100% merino wool, which is really nice out here hiking because it regulates your body temperature and keeps you cool when it's hot outside and warm when it's cold outside, so it's perfect. My pants are just hiking pants from REI, and my shoes, I don't know if you could see them or not, are hiking shoes from Zero Shoes, which is like a barefoot shoe company. Guys, it is beautiful out here. We're not even in the canyon yet. We've made it to our first little mirador.
Tiene una validez de 3 días.
Sí.
Y el costo es de...
Ok, está bien.
Alright, we are making our descent into the canyon. At the mirador, there was a kind of a checkpoint, and a lady, we didn't know that we needed to get tickets to do this, so we got those for 70 soles each. And we learned that in 2022 there was a European girl who came out and did this trek on her own, and they found her body down in the canyon. So the lady was just telling us that it was really important to stay on the right trail, and luckily this is Ross's second time doing this hike, so we got a professional tour guide with us. That was, when did you do it? 8 years ago?
Yeah.
So a little bit ago, but with both our brains working together, I think we'll manage to stay on the right track, the right trail. And we're going down to that red building way down there?
Yeah, we'll cross over.
That's Llahuar.
Yeah, we'll cross over that little bridge, Puente, and head over to those red buildings.
It looks like a long ways.
Yeah, so let's get going.
It's supposed to be 10 kilometers today. That's what our host at the hotel said. But yeah, we shall see. This is day one of Colca Canyon. We already got a nice little steep drop off. Definitely, you gotta be aware, stay hydrated so your brain doesn't get all foggy. I could see how it's pretty easy to get delirious out here, especially if you're by yourself, man. I mean, I love my alone time, but I don't know if I could do something like this alone. It's definitely nice to do this with a partner. If you guys saw one of my last videos, you saw that we hiked the hydroelectric route into Aguascalientes, and I think that was a really great warm-up for this trail. And we've also been in Peru already for at least a couple weeks, so we've definitely acclimated to the higher altitudes, which I think when you're gonna do something like this, it's important to make sure you have enough time to acclimate, because you never really know how your body's gonna feel if you're not used to that higher altitude. We're coming up on a mirador right up there, and then we'll make our way down to this little road that's carved out of the mountain, and then that we just take that all the way down to our spot, which is down there in the valley somewhere. The spot we're going to tonight is pretty epic. It has hot springs, and I'm not sure if it's close to the river or not, but I can't wait to take a nice cold plunge into the river down there. We just had a nice little break at this mirador, and this rock is pointing that way for Llahuar. Llahuar? I don't think I'm saying that right.
It's like jaguar with a
Llahuar. Today is supposed to be one of the easier days. Tomorrow is supposed to be the more difficult day. I feel like this is my naked and afraid moment, but not naked and actually not really afraid either. So maybe not actually. Okay, this was the remedy for altitude sickness that I was telling you guys earlier. We already had a small dose of it this morning. We had some coca tea with breakfast, but you see all the locals doing this here. You can get dried coca leaves at the store. You just get a little chunk, kind of roll it up, and then you just suck on it, and it helps with altitude sickness and gives your body, it's like a mild stimulant effect. It keeps your energy up, decreases your appetite just a little bit, which is kind of nice when you're hiking and don't have a ton of food on us. But yeah, you just chew on it and suck on the juices that come out of it, and then when you're done, you just spit it out. What do you think?
When you first start, since it's kind of dry out here, it's kind of hard to, get the saliva going. But after a few minutes, it's pretty good. It needs to start to. But yeah, it's really dry out here, so.
We saw this lady on the bus yesterday, Quechua lady who had this like giant just ball of coca leaves in her mouth, and it was pretty cool to see. Whoa. But she had a little technique. She would like put a leaf in her mouth and then somehow get the stem out perfectly, and because the stem is what is more bitter.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But yeah, this should kind of help us with her.
Here.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the altitude sickness remedy that they use here in Peru. They've been using it for hundreds and hundreds of years, ever since probably the Incans, right?
Mm-hmm, for sure, the Incans.
So it's 9:30 a.m. right now, and we just felt this like wave of heat come. There's a little breeze though, so that feels nice, but it's definitely starting to climb in temperature. The sun's getting stronger. I think the temperature is only actually about 60 degrees, but the UV gets high. So, see what that's like. I've never been in 15 UV before. But yeah, we came up from somewhere up there. we've made it all the way down here. Getting deeper into our descent. I'm curious how the heat's gonna feel, because Ross and I, we're from South Texas, so we're used to 100 degrees, 100-degree weather. I don't know what that is in Celsius. What's 100 degree? Like, I don't know. Well, we started way up there on that ridge, and we're about a little bit more than halfway. We are trying to get to that group of buildings down there. You can see the river flowing through. I think we're gonna get there with plenty of time of sun in the sky, so we will be able to do a cold plunge, take a dip in the hot springs. Damn, it's cool out here. We finally made it down by the river here, Colca River. See it right there. We'll have to cross this bridge. We ran into an older French couple, which is pretty cool to see. Some older people out here. We're getting pretty close to our hostel for the night. It's really, really hot out here now, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a struggle for like the past hour or so. So I'm excited to put my swimsuit on and take a dip. Take a nice cold dip. Oh, hey little guy. Hola. You can now see our place in the distance. That little place with the orange roof, that's where we're headed. I literally cannot wait to get in this water. This is our little place for the night. Just a little hut basically. Pool, river, mountains. There's not much more you need than this, really. Okay, we have walked down to the river and made it to the... So they have like a few hot springs pools. These are the pools. These are all the hot springs. And then you got the beautiful Colca River. There haven't been any bugs in Peru so far, at least in the areas we've been, because it's been super dry. But there's definitely there's a lot of like flies over here for some reason. But yeah, this water has definitely got to be pretty chilly. Now, after the cold plunge, it calls for a dip in the hot springs. Ooh, this is good. It's crazy that we're the only people here too. We saw maybe like 4 to 6 people on the trail. So I would have thought everyone would be down here swimming, but Ross and I are the only ones here right now. So That's pretty sweet, and I'll take it. You already touched it. You can't stop once you started moving, man. You cheater. Good morning, guys. Today is day 2 of our Colca Canyon hike. Yesterday was a really good day. The ending part of our hike, the last hour or so, got pretty tough, but that's what this comes with. I knew there was going to be some challenging times, but we're ready to get day 2 started. We're about to go eat some breakfast and get this hike started. Let's go. This morning, the hike today really calls for electrolytes added to our water. I'm using Instant Hydration. They're my favorite electrolyte brand just because they use high quality ingredients. All right, we are off. It is about 7 a.m. Saying farewell to the Colca River for a little bit, but we'll see here at the end of today. Hello. So one of the biggest differences of today's trek versus yesterday's is that today is a lot more uphill. So I think by the end of today, we are going to have buns of steel. What do you think?
We need another hot spring.
It's crazy to see cactuses dried out like this. Kind of a weird sight to see when you think of cactuses. You think of them thriving in the dry desert, but they do not seem to thrive in this desert. Maybe it's a little too hot or too dry, I'm not sure, but it's kind of funky to see. Got some crops right here. Looks like some corn, and I'm not sure what that one is. I just saw a lady though walking, so maybe we can ask her. Buenos días. ¿Es maíz? ¿Y qué es abajo?
Es cebada, cereales, cebadas.
Cebadas. Oh, ok. ¿Es verdura? ¿Verdura?
Como cereales.
Cereales. Do you know what cereales is? That.
Like grain.
Oh, okay.
Cereal. Cereal.
Para popan?
Sí, también.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Corn and grain. Buen día.
Buen día.
Yeah, so I guess it's corn, and then that other plant was a grain. I'll have to look up that word to
Yeah, I believe
know
it's
for sure.
Cereal.
Cereal?
It should be like cereal or grain. I don't know actually.
It might be grain. It didn't really look like grain to me because it was really green, but maybe it could look like that in like the beginning stages.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I see, because Taipei would be pointing that way, and Cabanaconde that way, Belen that way. All right, we're on the right track. and back to the small little trails, which I think I prefer than the main roads. This trail is pretty crazy. Lots of bugs. Definitely a good day to be wearing pants. Jeez. Holy that's a big. That is a big bee. That must be, I don't know if that's a queen bee or something, or I don't know. That's a loud buzz though.
I think he probably came up here.
So a good view.
He went to Apacheta Point, which is farther on, but then he probably went up here to Fuhrer.
I see.
The waterfall. My dad, he went up here.
If you guys look at these trees, those are all eucalyptus trees. Apparently they were brought over from Australia, and I guess they've turned into an invasive species, but the locals definitely utilize them. So we're coming up on the town of Belen right now. I just finished that good little incline trail. It was pretty shaded though, which is nice. But yeah, making it to one of the first little towns here. Pretty cool mountain town. Hola. ¿Quieres grande o chico?
¿Dos pequeños?
Ya.
¿Si tienes?
Sí.
¿De litro?
Sí, litro. ¿Cuánto es?
5. 5 horas.
¿Y Malaca es por acá?
Sí.
Ok, gracias.
Más arriba sube y de ahí todo a la derecha. Todo a la derecha. Sí. Todo a la derecha.
Gracias. Gracias.
Buen día.
Ooh, it's cold. Hey, little guy. Hey. Well, I guess this is the trail to our next little spot, a little village called Malata or Maleta. Another nice little incline coming up. Just had a nice little break up at a viewpoint with some shade and breeze, and now we are headed to our destination of the day, Sangalle, which is just right. If you can see that trail that kind of just leads right into the middle of that valley, that's where we're headed. It's supposed to be kind of a little oasis, and you can see from here like how green it is down there. I think we have already completed the hard part of today's hike though, all the inclines, and now it's just kind of a straight shot and then a descend into the valley. Feeling good. Alright, we have started our descent. That first part was a lot more steep than any of us expected. There was a couple older French couples with us. that they were like from the French Alps, and so like they hike for a living, and they just killed it. But for us, even still, it's not as steep as it was earlier. I was literally on my butt. I think what makes it a little scarier too is that there's like cactus surrounding you on the trail, so you definitely don't want to make a fall because you'll just get spiked real quick. But yeah, small little steps. Hey! Well, for a second there, we thought we may have taken a wrong turn. I think this part of the trail is a little tricky, but it seems like each path kind of leads to the same, they all connect somehow. Okay, Jesus Christ. Oh, that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I think we're almost to Sangalle. Should be there pretty shortly. Feeling really good. I think doing the incline part of the hike at the beginning is a lot better than doing it at the end. Going down is a lot easier than going up. But yeah, we seem to be on the right path. In a beautiful field of corn. How cool is that? Actually, I don't know. I don't think that's corn actually. This might be a grain. I'm not a botanist. It kind of looks like corn from the outside, but when you get close, it doesn't really. That little like grainy part on top didn't really seem like it would be from a corn plant. I think we're walking through a prickly pear farm right now.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Buenos días.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, nomás. ¿Se van a Sangalli?
Sí, por acá.
Sí, pero hay pequeñas 30 minutos para Sangalli para que
Ok,
lleguen.
30 minutos.
Sí, pero hay pequeña recomendación.
Ok.
Si ustedes necesitan agua, acá está el supermercado donde el agua es siempre más barato.
Ok.
En Sangalle el agua es muy expensive, mucho
Ah,
Un poco más
ok.
caro.
cuesta, más
Ok.
caro.
¿Quieres comprarlo? Sí.
Ajá, sí.
Pase a bien, amigo, pase.
Bonita tienda. Nice.
Acá tienen
Un grande?
grandes 7 soles
Ok.
y 5 soles.
Okay, 7.
Yeah, let's
Can
do
do 7?
both. Yeah, we'll do both. Ooh, some snacks.
Maybe.
Tengo dinero.
There's some Gatorade too.
Let's see what I have. A small bill.
Usted de Francia, ¿no?
Ah, Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos.
Sí.
Pero eres una chica bonita.
Gracias. Do you want to get a Powerade too, or just the water?
This is water.
Okay. Do you want red or blue?
Red.
Okay. Y también uno.
Want to get a snack too? Tomorrow's trail.
Okay, yeah. Maybe a pack of cookies.
¿Y cuánto es?
Sí.
6.
The Ritz are really good.
That might be a good one. Y también los galletas.
Gracias.
Ok, este.
Esto no, todo.
Sí, todo.
Ya. 7 y más 8,
15.
15, 21,
21.
21, 22, 23, 24.
24. Do you want this one or not?
24, ya.
We can, yeah.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Okay.
29.
We can just hold the
Ahí tiene.
waters.
30, 40, 50.
Perfecto, gracias.
Unless it might fit. I guess they might fit inside our pack.
I'll drink one on the way down there.
Okay.
Or actually, I'll drink this one. This one here. Okay.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Adiós.
Buen día.
Ya, gracias.
Gracias, adiós.
Adiós, chicos.
Sangalle. We've made it to the bridge that leads into Sangalle. There's like waterfalls, rivers, it's so cool. Beautiful here. Yeah, we're almost to the town. Looks like we got the bridge. One more last incline to end off the day. And then it's chill time. Feeling this is going to be a really beautiful spot. We just made it to our spot for the night. It's called El Eden or El Eden, whichever you prefer.
Got all our gear.
Ross is being the man right now, carrying everything. We're about to check out our place, see what it looks like.
So this is what, I think like 25 USD. I kind of forget how much we paid, but
I don't know.
this is what $25 gets you. Very nice.
Ooh. Gotta open the windows. We're about to eat some dinner. We ordered our meal earlier and I'm not sure what it is. I know it has chicken in it, but other than that, I'm not sure what else it entails, but we shall find out. Hey kitty.
Maybe I'll take a little breather.
This is day 3 of hiking the Colca Canyon trek. Today we are leaving Sangalle and exiting the canyon and making our way back to Cabanaconde. About to have some breakfast and get the day going. This is my new best friend that I made. Her name's Molly. She reminds me of the Chihuahua I grew up with when I was young. Hi. You can sit. Is that cute? You're the sweetest. I don't get how anyone can hate on Chihuahuas. They're the best. Got some pancakes and some coffee. And our new best friend. Hi, Molly. Saying goodbye to Sangalle. Heading back to Cabanaconde now. The previous couple days we left at around 7 a.m. and we decided we wanted to sleep in a little bit today, so we left an hour later, so it's about 8 now. Today is supposed to be a shorter hike, mostly all incline though. So you can see a bunch of donkey poop on this trail, and that's because people can hire a tour to come down to Sangalle while you ride a donkey. And so you see lots of donkey poop on the way into this little Oasis village town. So just to give you guys a little point of view, this is where we are right now, and we're going to be climbing all the way to the top of this basically. So let's do it. We'll basically just be traversing the mountain all the way to the top. It's gonna be a good leg workout today for sure. Both Ross and I were pretty sore yesterday. I have a feeling we're going to be taking lots of water breaks today.
Yeah, it's definitely warm.
And stopping in every bit of shade we see.
Little cover. Yeah, even at 8 in the morning, the sun is pretty strong.
So I just found a horseshoe that was probably on a donkey. We've crossed some fork in the roads and we weren't super sure if we had gone the right direction, but this clue is a definitive sign that we are on the right path, since so many donkeys come up and down this path to and from Cabanaconde to Sangalle. A few minutes ago we stopped for that water break and also to take some coca leaves, and it's pretty amazing. I already feel like a subtle boost in energy. I think it's gonna really help us today make it all the way up. I'm gonna miss this view though. Here's a good view of Sangalle from the top. that green, really an oasis right down there in the middle of the valley. They even have different types of palm trees down there too. Ross and I are just standing here in awe of our whole journey these past few days. We started at the top of this mountain and came all the way down across the ways and all the way into that valley on the other side of this mountain, all the way back up across this trail and then down that trail into here. Now we're going all the way back up.
It's been pretty amazing, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's really satisfying to see the whole, not the whole trail, but parts of the different trails that we took from an upper point of view. You get a bigger glimpse of it all, almost like the overview effect.
When the astronauts see the planet.
Exactly, yeah. Taking a Snickers break. Got kind of melted, but it's still gonna taste really good. We are so close to the top. I feel like a lot of this video is just gonna be me breathing really deeply. Today we started at about 7,000 feet, and Ross just said that we're at about 11,000 feet now. So we've ascended about 4,000 feet. You can definitely feel the air getting thinner and thinner. Oh. Definitely lose your breath, or at least I'm losing my breath the more and more we elevate, but we're so close. Just keep thinking about a bowl of Snickers. I'm thinking about a bowl of soup. Sounds
crazy. You get up to about 11,000 feet. Each step does take a little bit more energy.
Thank goodness though, today's a bit cloudy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you could tell. Definitely lots of clouds in the sky versus some of the other days it was mostly blue skies, so the sun was just beating down on us. Guys, we did it. We finally made it to the top. Just right there. That little roof is the end of our trail. We spent 2 nights, 3 days here in the canyon. It feels really good to be at the end of the journey, and it's just really satisfying, and I don't know, I feel proud of myself.
Yeah, what a trek. 3 days in this canyon, kind of all by ourselves.
Yeah, no guide besides Ross being our guide.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to be out here.
There was definitely some tough moments where you just felt like your legs were gonna collapse, but we got through them all. And now we're back. Now we're about to go enjoy some lunch. I'm so excited. we're now just walking back into the town of Cabanaconde. I hope you guys enjoyed following along on this epic adventure. It was a lot of fun. Definitely lots of moments of ups and downs, but it's all worth it once you're finally complete at the end. So until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.